Hey everyone, make sure you're using the Fire Aptoid promo code on your first 5 purchases and your largest ones because you can only use the code 5 times. If you join my Discord channel, there are a lot of VIP Aptoid players there that post their birthday codes, so you're going to need a lot of codes for this event in order to get that extra 5% off. So a lot of you are asking me about civilization cards, and as promised, I am doing a video on that. If you heard my walkthrough on the last video, you know that I have been really disappointed in civilization cards since the last event, mostly because there is no stopping point. So we can get to that a little bit later, but let me show you what $100 with a double coupon got me, okay? So it's pretty I think it's pretty much guaranteed that if you spend $100, you're going to max out all of your silver cards. Now, you might be unlucky and for some reason not get a silver card, but pretty sure that if you do the 100 double coupon pack, you will get every single silver card and you can collect the buffs on them. Now, if you're a lower coiner or a free-to-play player, you can organize with your alliance or even your whole server. You guys can alliance a Discord channel to basically trade cards with each other so that you can break down your fragments from your other card sets and then trade other people from your other card sets to this card set. It is all interchangeable, so that's kind of a nice thing. So if you wanted to try to get all silver cards for very low cost or for free, that's just going to take you time, but it's also meaning that people on your server are going to have to buy some of these cards, right, in order to trade it. So you kind of want to pool your group of friends or your alliance mates or your server mates together to see if you guys can do that. But if you're a coiner, then you don't necessarily have to do exchanges, but it might be nice to be able to help your free-to-play players. So since Civ cards are a little bit complicated and everyone is going to have a different end goal, I'm just going to show you guys a thought process of how I did mine. Once I see how this process is, I'm going to decide if I'm going to move to doing diamonds, okay? So as you see here, I am only doing one card at a time because I am preparing to do diamond sets. But I wanted to see how the drop rates are on this because, as you guys know, I've been disappointed with the civilization cards. And if I don't get any diamonds from, from anything, then for me, I feel like it's just not worth it. It's just not worth the gambling on this, okay? So it's funny because people have accused me in my YouTube channel that I only do videos to get people to spend, and I just want to say that's furthest from the truth. Like, I like to share my spending so it helps people, and there's a lot of free-to-play players that say that they like watching the content because they can't spend, so they like to see someone else, and even though this is a mega event and I have an Aptoid code, I'm going to shed the light to you guys on the civilization cards, and I actually don't want you guys to spend on this. So since I ran out of fragments, I had to go to my demolish and see what I could get rid of. And the easy way for you to be able to tell that is if you see all blue on the triangle, you can just demolish it and not have to worry that you're getting rid of a card that you need. And so when I did that, look, I'm stuck again. I have no more fragments. I have nothing else that I can demolish. I mean, I could demolish the orange epic world civilization cards, but I'm just not going to do that, especially because I'm not spending on those. So any orange cards are important to keep, right? So looking at this, I'm just going to have to buy another set. Now, I got some free cards from the silver chess, so we can see if there's anything that can help us get lucky, but to be honest, at this point of stage, I don't want to demolish anything on the new set, right? Because I want to have enough in order to do the diamonds. So, in terms of the drop rates, though, it looks to be pretty okay. You're getting a lot of purple and oranges. Not like it's more or less than what I've gotten before, but at least it's not too stingy, right? So, that's pretty typical, getting 6 orange and purples. Let's see how the next one is. Yeah, pretty typical. The really stingy ones is when you get just like 1 or 2. So, yeah, these are pretty consistent. Okay, so that was $200 with double coupons, and the goal right now is to see if we're going to keep getting golds. And if we are going to keep getting golds, there's really no incentive to go diamond, right? Because, you know, look, I don't have enough fragments here. I just don't have enough fragments. So what am I going to do? Am I going to just keep buying cards until I get a diamond and then just demolish that diamond? It's it it looks like it's impossible to be able to get a full diamond set the way that it is panning out for me right now. Now, you'll see that I have a lot of cards here that I can demolish if I decide that I'm just going to do all gold set. All right? So that's where I had to kind of think about this, right? Like I had to think, do I really want to demolish, in order to just get the golds? And I just did it. I just did not do fragments. I just did all 10 because so many of them had more than 10 cards. So that's what I'm doing is I'm just going to do all 10. I'm going to compose all 10, not worry about fragments. Again, I don't advise doing this if you are planning to go diamond because every card counts, right? But yeah, I just can't see myself having to do this whole process again when I was let down so much on the last event. You know what I mean? And then you got to factor in the buffs. Are these buffs even ones that you want? I mean, sure, reinforcing is nice, but it is not something that I want to spend thousands of dollars on. So, yeah, I think I pretty much came to the decision pretty quickly that I'm just going to do all gold. Now, as you see here, I'm stuck. I can't get gold on that orange, right? I don't have enough fragments. So something has to get demolished. And so we're just going to go through everything that we can get to gold, right? Everything that has 10, we're going to compose those first, right? So that we're going to be able to have leftovers to demolish for that orange card. So luckily on the $200, most of these cards are giving me 10 each, right? So we're just going to keep doing that. Let me see if I can fast forward this so you guys aren't sitting through a long time. Okay, so I sped this up so that you guys can just see that I'm getting through all of these. And one thing that I did not do in this video that I recommend that you guys do is to do the lowest rarity first. Because the lowest rarity means that you're using less fragments or less cards, and it's going to be cheaper for you. And really, what you're trying to accomplish is getting more cards to silver or gold based off of the chests, right? And so it doesn't matter if you have an uncommon and a common, as long as you unlock 2 or 3 or 4, you're going to get those buffs. So I would do the lowest rarity first. I don't know why I didn't do that here. Probably because I didn't want to look up which one was uncommon, which one was common. I don't remember what the difference is. Is it the gray is uncommon, the green is common, and the blue is, I don't know. You can look it up, guys. I'm over it. So as you can see here, I have decided that I'm just going to demolish everything so that I can get all golds for $200. Because if I didn't do this demolish right now, I would have to buy another pack. So all good with this because I am so over civilization cards. And I'm hoping that doing this video that you guys also don't spend on this because every time we have not spent on civilization cards, they have made positive changes, right? And I think all of us are just waiting for 10 gold cards to equal a diamond or 10 chances and the 11th chance we get a guaranteed diamond. We need to have a guarantee on this. We just it's unacceptable to not have a guarantee on on these gambling type of games, right? So here we are collecting all the golds pretty easily. And now we have enough for this orange. And we can keep collecting the buffs. And I'm getting more cards the more chests that I'm collecting. And so we're stuck here again. So because I have done the purple already, I've gotten that purple one to gold, I can actually demolish that in order to get all the fragments that I need. So we're going to go ahead and demolish this. And let's see if I have enough. Yep, just enough. Just enough. So there you go. One last buff. And then if you look here, for $200, that's not so bad, right? It's not the best buffs though. I mean, it's reinforcing, it's in rally. I like the defending siege HP. That one's a hard one to get. But in all reality, holistically, they're not the best buffs. So another deciding factor of why I decided to just do the gold cards is looking at what the buffs are on the next sets, right? So if the 2 diamond cards, you need to get 2 diamonds for the next level. And if those buffs seem like they were worth it, so in rally mounted troop HP, I don't have that. So if I had 2 diamonds, I would get 10% of that. Is that really worth doing a whole nother 100, 200, $300? I don't think it is. And just looking at all of these buffs here, it just doesn't seem like it's something that I need. Maybe if you're on a server and you need the monster buffs and you're a farmer, maybe. I mean, even PvP, a lot of people are doing cab rallies now, but for the amount of money you're going to have to spend for those extra 5% buffs is not worth it. So that's kind of how also I determined why I'm stopping at just all gold. So this one is range, troop and siege machine defense. Those ones are the generic ones where they count for attacking and rally, defending. I do like generic buffs, but yeah, I will do a hard pass on this. So, one more thing that I wanted to share is I tested out the 21 and 20 monsters, and it looks like those packs aren't the event packs, they're just the World Civilization ones. So, there doesn't look to be a way to get these cards for free except for the exchange. So, you're going to have to rely on your coiners. And I mean, I'm sorry, guys. I'm telling the coiners to not buy this card pack. So, if you really like cards, maybe buy the 9.99 pack and double keep on it if you're a small coiner, but I just don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. And you can get 20 free cards in Cake 9, but again, that's, coiners are going to be getting that. So you could, I guess, get away with not buying any of these cards as long as you get that Cake 9. And then when you click on the card, you can see percentages, but it's giving you percentages of the rarity drops, right? And so we know that we only get the diamond at 10% chance, but that does not guarantee that we're going to get a diamond if we spend thousands of dollars. And that's just too much of a crapshoot that I just cannot recommend to you guys. So just know that you're going to have to depend on some coiners to be able to trade these cards. So be nice to your coiners because that's how the free to play players are going to be able to get these cards. Now, I will say I'll probably, get the cake 9, so I'll probably get 20 chances of cards that I can give away. And then depending on, you know, will I do it first come first serve? Will I do it based off of like the battlefield teams so they get the buffs first? We'll see. I'll have to think about how to do that. But it's great to have a Discord channel or just a channel dedicated to trading cards so that even if somebody's not a huge spender and they just, want to buy like a $20 pack here or there, it might be a good way to, have fun and circulate the cards. But just know that it's going to take a while to do that free to play, and you might not even be able to finish, all the cards without spending. So The last thing that I wanted to show you guys is the Splendor and the Fame. There's a lot of you out there that just love Fame. I don't know what the point of Fame is after you get to the enamel castle. So, people like it. So, I'll show you guys what you get there. So, go to your Splendor. And I guess, I think that's a cool icon actually. I like the eyeball. And you're getting not that much rewards. So you're only getting five cards. So if you complete the silver set, you will get 5 extra cards there and you get a big eyeball. So I hope I communicated this the best possible. I know a lot of you guys out there are so confused by the Civ cards even now, and trying to describe this Civ card situation with the, I guess you just have to choose the outcome that you want to do and then work towards that outcome. So if you just want all silver, you're going to approach it one way. If you want all gold, you're going to approach it a different way. And if you want all diamond, you're going to approach it a completely different way. And of course, knowing that I got all gold, the more packs that I buy, the more that I can demolish, right? So it's just one of those things that I've done this so many times and I don't find it that fun anymore. So hopefully they come out with some new events. It's about time that they do that. And yeah, I hope this helped some of you out there. I'll see you guys soon.